G'day guys, Fitcho here, and welcome back to another Classic Cars video here on F1 2018, and this time we're jumping in the other car from the 1976 season, James Hunt's McLaren M23-D, and we're going to be driving this car around the Paul Ricard circuit. James Hunt did win the French Grand Prix at this very circuit back in 1976, however, it lacked all the tarmac runoff areas that we do have there today. Here we go, on track at Paul Ricard for the very first time in this car. We are in 4th gear, so up into 5th, just using my H pattern, trying to work out what gear it wants to start us in. Is now down into the penultimate corner. We do go. I haven't driven many laps of Paul Ricard on this game, so I'm still definitely learning not so much the layout, but how to drive it. I know which corners are coming up, which way the track goes, but the lines to take, I'm still very much learning. But here we go onto our first lap of this circuit in this awesome car. Down to turn number 1, down to 3rd gear, a big slide through that, through turn number 2, a fair bit of understeer. We just managed to keep that on the track, back up through the gears, down to turn number 3, into 4th, down into 3rd. This probably should have been 2nd. I'm going to go all the way down into 1st for this hairpin. That might not have been the smartest idea. I've also got to learn this car, learn all the gear ratios, what gear to use at each corner. Can we hold it flat onto the straight? A big slide, just about. We'll ignore that. I only went the tiniest bit wide, and I'm not too fussed about the lap time because I am going to try to set a proper decent lap after this with no commentary for you guys to enjoy. Back down the gears a little bit deep into the chicane. Now, they didn't actually use the chicane in the 1976 version of this race. It went straight down the Mistral Straight, still flat out all the way down to this very fast right-hander. The question is this going to be flat in a 76 F1 car? Keep it pinned. No, it is definitely not flat. We've gone a little bit wide, but maybe if we get the line right, it might be. We did miss the apex by a fair bit as we run very, very wide there. Back up through the gears. Now, this very tricky, understeery corner. It's hard to get the car into the apex, but we just about managed that. Back onto the power. This car is quite taily, but I don't feel it's as taily as the Ferrari 312 T2 driven by Niki Lauda that I did a video on yesterday. First gear, not really usable in this car. Oh, we missed a gear. There we go. It was bound to happen eventually. So many gears to go through. This car does actually have 6 gears in the gearbox, which just means shorter gears and a lot more gear changes for me to do. And like I've said in previous videos, the clutch isn't that fantastic on F1 2018. But there's our first lap done in this car, and now I'm going to shut up, do a little bit of practice, and come back to you guys with a decent hot lap of the Paul Ricard circuit. And that is a lap of the Paul Ricard circuit in the McLaren M23-D. The car is a lot of fun to drive, but I'd say it's a bit less fun to drive than the Ferrari, the other 1976 car, Niki Lauda's Ferrari. I enjoyed that car a little bit more. I felt that car might have been a little bit more lively, and also it has one less gear. It's only got a 5 gears in it, which was a bit more enjoyable. I found the 6th gear in this car was just starting to get a bit annoying as I'm sort of using H pattern, heel toning and all that stuff. That extra gear means shorter gears, more shifts, and it was just starting to get a little bit frustrating. I prefer the 5 of the Ferrari. But that does it for this video. Next up, we're heading to 1978. I believe it is the Lotus of Mario Andretti. I can't quite remember the exact name of the car, but I'm pretty sure it was the car that took... Oh, I'm completely forgetting what gear I'm in, as I'm too busy commentating, but it's the... I've missed a gear, come on, there we go, 3rd gear. I'm pretty sure it was the car that took Mario Andretti to the 1978 World Championship. So that video should be coming out very, very soon, hopefully. And this weekend also, my career mode will be starting, so make sure you do look out for that. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys... Oh, that's a bit of a moment. Back it in. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you do leave a big like. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe for much, much more F1 2018 content, including a lot more classic cars content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.